yeah, I do.
Do you actually? That's a bid for connection. Do you respond to it? Do you watch some TV with her, even though you don't want to?
Yes, I will actively sit miserably on the couch.
Good.
I'm glad you're being honest about it.
Good.
Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Mo studio. It's a blast! It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Welcome to the show. We've got Colette Fehr on the couch today. How you doing, Colette?
I don't know how I'm doing, but I'm here.
Okay. All right, that's a very
We'll talk about
that's
this.
an honest answer.
Yes.
I appreciate that. Hey, everybody, I'm Dan. Welcome to the show.
I'm Tom.
It's Love Thy Neighbor. It's where we have tricked our neighbor, Colette Fehr, into giving us relationship advice every week for free. We just, you got to come over. You got to come over. We have a standing appointment. The listeners, I don't even release the show. People don't even know that. These recordings have never been released. Ever. They're just private. Okay, no, that's
I
true.
love it. I love it.
So let's get into a subject that's not really relationship based, but it kind of has to deal with.
It is relationship based. It has to do with your own relationship with your self-esteem.
Okay.
It has to do with your own relationship with your confidence. You know,
and how desirable you feel to partners. I do think for women, at least, it feels like a relationship issue.
Okay, let's talk about it because a lot of this.
What are we talking about?
I never think about, and it's never in my head. My wife tells me all the time, you know, that it's always something that's forefront in her mind, and that's aging as a woman. Yeah. And
getting older, looking older, feeling older. I guess all of that.
Wondering if you're still desirable to your partner, to men.
Sure, and that one, when you frame it like that, absolutely, that does affect relationships all the time. Imagine being a man or woman, I would lend more, especially women, and not knowing, right? The uncertainty of knowing whether you're desirable to your partner is a bit terrifying.
And wondering if you're seeing yourself accurately.
And my wife will often say, because she worries about these things, and then she's worried about, and I tell her, I'm like, well, I'm horny all the time for you and desire you all the time.
Bad answer.
And then for whatever reason, she doesn't count that, and that doesn't matter because she's like, well, it's always there.
But you know what I heard?
That's a given.
I want to be desired in general, and I'm like, but why? It's like it's something that is just inherent inside me, and then as I age, I'm self-conscious about it.
As an emotional person, if you told me, if I were confessing that I felt like undesirable, whatever, and I wanted other people to desire me, and you said, well, I'm horny all the time, what does it matter? That answer to me sounds like you're putting zero. Like you're not, that's not, it's bad. That's a bad answer.
Oh, yeah, I'm good at bad answers.
That's a bad one. That's a bad one.
In fact, I only give bad answers.
Because I think I would say that to my wife, too. I'd be like, my version of what Tom said to my wife, if she is sharing something that maybe she's insecure about, would be like, well, you're pretty to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good one.
What do you think that your wives would want to hear? I'm curious what your sense of what they would love would be.
It's like talking to the Joker. They're crazy. I have no idea what
That's pretty good. I do like talking to the Joker. I wrote talking to the Joker down.
He's laughing on a pile of burned money. I don't know what he wants.
He's spraying the gas into the city, and people are turning into clowns.
You want the money, but you're burning it? Who knows what the Joker wants? I'm joking. I don't know.
He wants chaos.
I don't know what to say at that point because I'm like, and she always tells me, she's like, I don't want you to say anything. I'm just telling you. How I feel.
Yeah,
and
it's a
I'm like,
don't try to fix it.
Why do I forget that every time?
I could have just sat here quietly.
So, Colette, let's talk about it. Aging as a woman is difficult, and I can understand the dilemma of knowing in your logical mind that, like, hey, every human being ages, and this is a perfectly natural thing, and it happens to every single person. It's not, it's not unique to me, obviously, and so I should be okay with it. I've had enough time to be okay with it as it goes. You know what I'm saying? And then as it goes on, it just gets worse and worse.
Well, right,
because there's no stopping it.
Right,
and then you feel the pressure. You're like, oh my God. So tell me about it, Colette.
Yeah.
So I think this was precipitated by going to my dermatologist today. I've been getting Botox since my 30s. It's the only thing I've done.
Okay.
But I have, as we were discussing, I'll just be transparent about it, a huge forehead. We can all see this right now. And I don't even necessarily think that's a bad thing, but I will say the one really mean comment I ever got on social media was about my forehead. I had this TikTok video that got almost 7 million views. And it was about like why people go silent, which is kind of connected to my book. And anyway, someone wrote, well, what I really want to know is why your forehead is so big. And it just kind of like
that was me, by the way. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that. That's how Colette and I met.
That's our origin story.
There's one comment.
So I guess I maybe do feel a little bit insecure about it, and that is where I hold most of my wrinkles. And this is something men don't typically have to deal with. So to me, Botox has just been this like thing I always do that eases the wrinkles a little. I stopped doing it about a year ago because it wasn't looking as good. I felt like my face was like dropping. And when I went in today, I was like, I need to do it again. I'm getting a lot of wrinkles.
Yeah.
And they were basically like, it's not really going to work. You're kind of at the point where it's either going to drop your face, which could look weird, or, you shouldn't get it and just like allow big wrinkles, in which case, if you're not comfortable, you might want to consider plastic surgery. And it just felt like, oh my God, it felt like this moment. I don't even think I'm that vain, but of just realizing I'm in my 50s, things are changing, and maybe maybe I'm not as comfortable with getting older looking as I thought I was. Not that I haven't gotten older lately. It's just threw me for a loop. Plastic surgery, like mini facelift.
Yeah.
It just feels like
sounds
what
severe.
old people do.
Yeah, it sounds like the end.
And then is that me? Am I in the old person club? And what does this mean? To your point, if my husband says, like, I do think my husband desires me and whatever, but I also I will hear him make comments about women who are gorgeous and aging. And he'll be like, look at so-and-so, like a famous person. Like, I can't believe how old she looks. So I'm like, if that gorgeous person.
Millie Bobby Brown's who he's talking about.
The 21-year-old.
Yeah, like, look at how old she looks. My God.
Which has been a thing, right? Where people. So it's just made me think about how difficult this is for women.
Oh, yeah.
And that men really don't carry the same burden. And I don't really know what to do about it, but I think my answer might be that I just like accept and embrace.
But that's a hard thing
older.
to do. Like, how do you accept things? I guess, anything that's happening, like, as whatever happens in your life, like accepting, like, especially, or maybe you don't accept it and you go.
Right. And I think it's individual. Yeah.
Well, what's the end game, right? Like, what would you be doing? Like, who are you trying to please? What are you trying to do? Like, what is it at the end of it? Are you trying to feel better for yourself? Are you trying to appear better to help your business or your job? You know, because, like you can put different jobs have different categories of the amount of, like a newscaster, for instance.
They need
God.
Right. If you're in your 50s, that's a lot of pressure.
At
least I don't have that.
And 100% different in newscasters for women than men because women, 50-year-old newscaster, it doesn't scream credibility. But for a man, it does.
And our men,
we need the gray-haired guy in there in the evening news, the 50-year-old, because he's, we trust him.
Every time I see a woman newscaster, it blows my mind how amazing they look in real life.
They work really hard at it, dude.
I know.
Like Amy Caulfield, which we all know.
Amazing.
I can't even believe it.
It's so natural and so beautiful.
Danielle, Amy, anybody over there at Fox, shout out to Fox.
The men do, really. The men are gorgeous. The women are gorgeous. These people
they all look
gorgeous.
incredible, and they look just as good off air.
But you know what? That would be a great weird job because we didn't really. Well, we kind of asked her about it, and she does a lot of her own stuff. But we didn't dip into fitness, how much she works out, her diet.
Yeah.
She's not like me. She isn't going to order, El Pescatore cheese pizzas and start throwing it down your mouth on
Probably
a Tuesday.
not.
No,
because women aren't allowed to do some of these things. And I think as I listen to you, I do think for me, at least, it's really about my relationship with myself. If I feel like I'm looking good, even if other people don't think it, then that's probably the most important thing. I think my husband's locked in regardless. And I guess this is part of my question. We have a big thing in society now of younger men having sexual relationships with older women. I'm curious what you guys think. Like, are they really into it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then, you know,
I'd be into it too if I were
Really?
a 25-year-old Danny right now. Oh, my God.
But then is the sexual attraction not really about how the woman looks, or is it only for women who look really amazing? Like, this is the thing. Like, what is it?
No,
it's a power thing for me. I like women that are smart, and then, like, if you owned your own company and came in here, and you could be in your 60s, and I'd be like, oh man, I want her to stomp me good.
Yeah, Colette, there's a category called woman boss. I don't know if you're familiar with that. You probably don't know.
Is this a porn category?
Looking at my history on my computer.
It's the only type of category I know.
Wait, this is like a porn category?
Oh my God,
I don't even know
it's
this.
The best
female boss.
Oh yeah.
And then
really?
And
Dennis, get in here. You screwed up the Jenkins contract.
It's
okay, so you're in trouble.
It's
sometimes.
It's more MILF.
Power over.
Okay, yes, it's more
power.
It's MILF adjacent in the fact that I like the MILF category. I like the female boss, the pantsuit, the power.
Yes.
And
keep it in the office.
The seduction of it has always been a thing. Like, I've always had a thing for older women. It's always been that way, and then it's
married a lady older than him.
Okay.
And it checks out.
She's, 7 months older.
Still
than
counts.
me.
Okay. But we are seeing an increase in marriages where the woman is significantly older than the man. And I sometimes think, I know men, there is still that trope, and it's a trope because it's true that men want to have sex with younger women. They're reproductive. There's a biological imperative to that, right? That's the best chance for procreation. But then we do have all of this, like an older woman who's sexy and confident and powerful. There is something seductive about that. It makes me wonder if, as women, some of it is our own internalized misogyny rather than how men really see us.
Sometimes I think it's life experience. Like, for instance, the sexiness that I think older women carry may not be something that a younger woman can even fabricate, because the sexiness that she is carrying, that weight, is life experience.
Yeah.
And you can't really fudge that. Like, you can't get that faster or anything.
That's
true. So I almost feel like, because the word that keeps coming up in the chat room from guys, and I'll leave them anonymous. You can speak freely. I won't say who you are, but it's all confidence.
I'll say it.
The C word. They just get confidence. They keep throwing that. It's sexy. It is so sexy.
I agree. And
like,
I
when
think
my
that's
wife
sexy
is
in men.
doing something that she does really, really well, and she's just commanding it and doing her job, I've said it before on the show. It's very sexy. I love it. There's nothing sexier than that.
I agree. And I think I think we all find that sexy in people, that confidence and that term, je ne sais quoi, right? That certain something people have. And it isn't necessarily down to how many lines you have in your face. I think it's just reminding yourself, being connected to your essence, believing in yourself. Like, those are the things that are really sexy and powerful.
Yeah,
for sure.
100%. And, and even you are in the entertainment industry. You have 2 podcasts.
Right.
You're constantly out there promoting yourself. You are on shows and stuff like that.
Television shows, morning news.
So and that's what's funny. That's when I noticed it. I was feeling like pretty happy with myself. And then I started seeing, since I haven't done Botox in a long time, I constantly see myself, especially right now with the book launch, on a million podcasts. And I'm like, oh, that, like, my face is looking different.
But is your face looking different? Are you just seeing it more now?
Yeah, there you go.
And you're got so much anxiety about this book launch that I don't even know if you could even actually see what you really look like.
You're right.
Not to throw you a compliment, but
no,
when
you're
you
right.
said that to me and Tom, I think I would. I can speak for both of us, and we were like, "Oh, really?" We were a little shocked.
You
we're
can
like,
get in your head.
You're worried about that? We're like, look, I know I have so many ugly friends, and you are not one of them.
Yeah. And,
I can say that, right?
Yes, definitely.
And also, the only people that would notice is other women.
You're so
he's not wrong.
Okay,
this guy's a lot of knowledge.
Colette, if
you're right.
He's not wrong.
We
didn't know. Like, do you see? We didn't notice.
I don't know if you have a sister around your same age, but if she came in here one day and then sat down, I would be like, oh, Colette looks a little different.
That's who would notice.
So I'm just going to roll with
You're
it.
so right. And meanwhile, my husband is like, doesn't care when I've gained weight, doesn't care if I get Botox.
Yes,
like,
he
there's
loves you. Yeah.
It's, and I think doesn't see that. So it's just so interesting that I guess I don't think of myself as someone who's insecure. I do think I'm confident, and I'm not typically super preoccupied with my looks. So it just surprised me how I reacted. And I think it's something I wish we could let go of. I do believe in intellectually letting yourself age and letting yourself age gracefully, but then something comes at you or you see yourself looking unflattering, perhaps, and you were our own harshest judge, and then you go, well, wait, do I practice what I preach?
Sure. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I mean, just by talking about it is, again, it's vulnerable. It's the truth is something that we all probably feel inside. Is you never, especially men, I'm sure feel it. I don't, but other men probably do.
Well done. Get them, bully them hard.
It's
but maybe
impossible.
Men feel it about their career more or their success.
No, they feel it when they're getting old. You
think so though?
I get a lot out of these conversations with my wife. Like we're talking about something that I have, especially when I had my hip replaced last year, and I have to have this other one done in February. That is such a life marker of like, oh, you're almost at the end. They're going to kick you in the coffin.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Did you feel vulnerable?
Oh my God, I felt terrible about it. I cried about it because I'm like, nobody else has this. Why me? It's like it's really easy to do that. Like oh man, I'm only 49 years old. Why am I getting a procedure done that most people in their late 60s get done?
Yeah.
Why?
I almost laughed.
Sucks.
I almost laughed
You
when
can
you
laugh.
said you cried about it.
Tom's got to stay Tom.
No, if he didn't, it'd be something wrong.
Totally.
I mean, hold on. Why aren't you laughing? I'm crying right now. What's going on here?
Okay, well, I already feel better, and at least for now, I'm not getting plastic surgery.
Hey,
I don't have the money for that
Here's
crap.
The deal.
Yeah.
We love you, and we will tell you when you look ugly.
Thank you. When I need
fair?
Plastic surgery, I'm going to count on you
And if
two
you're
to let
getting
me
fat too, I'll poke you. I'll be like, come on, what are you doing? You been over?
Please
Where
do.
you been? You been up at Gringos having some double D's? What are you doing?
The whole reason we brought it up, if you know a plastic surgeon out there that wants to advertise and give Colette plastic surgery for free, and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
And I'll take it too. Because
I want a big pecker.
Listen, my wife had told me her aunt, she had told my wife, like, hey, when you turn 45, that's when you start getting plastic surgery. You start getting your eyelids done.
That's the Dolly Parton. You do it early and you predict little bits.
You start, you get your chin pulled back a little bit, little here and there, just and then little by little, not all at once.
You kind of counteract the aging slowly.
You're not going in to do witness protection. You want to do a little bit.
Right. Just subtle. And I think the eyelid thing, that's one thing I'm definitely open to at some point.
Yeah. I mean, and then you see, like, it's funny because I think I'll call us normos and not like the celebrities, because you see these rich celebrities out there and they look amazing. And I think we all judge ourselves off of celebrity, right? This is what we've
Social
always
media
done.
has put that into high
and
center.
everything's filtered
and they
Nothing's
have
real.
unlimited money and have the best plastic surgeons in the world, and they go and get all these procedures and they don't talk about it because they're embarrassing, right? Because you cannot look that good without medical help or without someone doing something.
Even Christy Brinkley, like she's got to have. She's obviously got great genetics, but she's got to have had some kind of assist. She looks ridiculous.
Well, also there's more to it. Like she has some stuff done, but she knows how to move her body in a way that when she gets photographed, she looks amazing.
Exactly.
And I bet she guards that pretty carefully too.
Yeah.
She's a model. She knows exactly how to angle her face. So whenever you look at a Christy Brinkley photo or you see her on, what was she the wife of on? Parks and Rec.
Oh yeah. The
didn't
big
even
dude.
see that.
She was so funny on that show, but
Really?
she looked like $1 million.
She does.
Every quarterback in the NFL spends over $1 million on a team of people to keep their body and mind performing well throughout the year. $1 million of their own money.
I'm reading about one of those guys now, Trevor Moawad. I'm reading his book, and that's what he does.
And any other super rich person spends an insane amount of money a year to make themselves look like this, and then all of us are like, man, what am I doing wrong?
We can't compete.
$1 million a year? Like, yes, if you can spend $1 million a year on your appearance, you will look better than you did before.
It might be more because the chapter in the book I'm in right now, they're kind of going through what Russell Wilson had after he lost the Super Bowl when he teed it up again that next year. He had a nutritionist, a chef, a private house he was renting. He had a mental coach. He had, actually had 2 mental coaches, physical coaches. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like Oprah. Oprah. Like, right. Someone's cooking for her every day.
Yeah. So it's way easier. Now,
There
are some celebrities that have gone against that now, and a lot of them are popping up where they're like, hey, they're not even wearing makeup. They're going real far, but they're like, hey, I'm aging gracefully.
Oh yeah, Pamela Anderson.
Yep. and like a handful of other celebrities.
And she gets attacked for it.
Yes.
Which is really sad. No.
That confidence shines through.
I agree.
I like her when she's barbed wire. Don't get me wrong, but this whole new confidence with no makeup on, I wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating crackers.
No, and I mean, I think it speaks to that we're not used to seeing women out being photographed publicly, certainly at the celebrity level, without makeup.
Yeah.
Because in real life, like that's beautiful and good for her for being herself, but we're not used to seeing that. And we don't embrace it.
Even if we're all agree, good for her. She should. I mean, what the hell are we doing?
Right.
When you see her, we're like, whoa.
Right.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Like, what the hell?
Where'd that girl from barbed wire go?
We're like, wow.
No, I said that.
No. I mean, like, when I saw it, I didn't immediately go like, oh my gosh, she looks so terrible.
Just some foundation.
I was like, oh my God, comb your hair for the love of, like, that's kind of what
Or like, pinch your cheeks, like get a little color in your cheeks or something. Yeah.
But anyway, all right,
pinch your cheeks like an Italian grandma.
Yes.
Going to a dance.
Well, that brings a little color into your
color
cheeks.
in your cheeks.
That's where I get it from.
So let's start with the divorce.
You're too old, and I'm done with you.
I only bring this up because I heard on your other podcast, I think you were talking about divorce, and I listened to this book by a former professional poker player named Annie Duke.
Oh yeah,
and
I love her.
It was called Quit. And the whole book was about like learning when to quit and the power of quit, and then it's okay to strategically quit at the right time. And then she gave tons of examples about people that,
are you quitting our podcast?
No.
I know. Are you telling us something?
It goes quitting with anything, like business, relationships, and
knowing when to hold them and when to fold them.
Yes, and and to go too far because it's counterintuitive and the message is counter to the overall message that we've always been hearing since we grew up as never quit. Don't
exactly.
quit.
No matter what.
No matter what, keep it going. And the whole book was about like that's a ridiculous message. There is a right time to quit, and then you have to.
100%
and it's
agree.
Hard to find when that right time is.
Oof.
Really difficult, but and if you do it at that right time, it will be better for you in the future, business wise, marriage wise, whatever it is.
Anything, yeah.
It's like and knowing when that is super difficult, even for me to understand, because you do keep telling yourself like. If you're in a marriage and
we frame quit as failure, right?
Exactly.
Yes, yeah, and then you think to myself like, let me fight through this? Right. Let me fight. It's like in the giving up. It seems so sad. And so what's your opinion on that, Colette?
Because you probably see it a lot, I would imagine, that you are kind of having to go in and much like Annie Duke, help figure out with couples, how to do this.
So I am never trying to be involved in the decision. In fact, I'm trying not to be involved in the decision, and I should not be involved in the decision of whether or not someone would quit. But what I am doing is helping them figure out whether it's the right time for them to quit. Like I'm facilitating the processing, because I think what we're describing is really important, but it's very nuanced, very individual. And I'm not sure you can 100% know for sure that you're quitting at the right time. It's only in retrospect that we can make meaning and see. And I think there's a lot of trial and error. Like sometimes we keep going longer than we should and we realize we should have quit. And sometimes we quit and maybe there's obstacles and only later do we see, it worked out. But I do think the party line is keep going. And when it comes to marriages, this does people a lot of harm, because there are so many situations and times when it probably is better to part ways. But that's got to be up to the people in the relationship. It takes two people to stay together and only one to end it. And an interesting thing happened, a comment on that reel from the divorce podcast, where a friend of my husband's wrote, I don't know what we were even talking about in the clip. We had this author, Una Metz. She's a friend of mine. She's in Boston. She wrote the book Unhitched, which just came out. It's a great book, so I highly recommend for anyone going through divorce.
Other people's books.
I know, but I want to give her a shout out because it's a good
quiet only. I'm loyal.
I have an abundance mindset, and it's a good book. But thank you for being loyal.
Look, I know that a rising tide. What is it? Something all ships or something.
Yes.
Blow those other ships up. Okay. Sorry.
Well, and it's what's interesting is she's giving people a healing trajectory to get through divorce, because the reality is half the people get divorced. And my husband's friend wrote, this is BS.
Whoa.
You should work it out.
He was drunk in the garage.
And
my God.
I was like, whoa. First of all, it's kind of surprising coming from the guy. Like, I had to click through to, I'm like,
this is
really
awesome organic engagement. Like, you triggered this guy. You got him. This is awesome.
I know. And it's obviously his story. He's been married for a long time, and those are his values, and I celebrate that. But we have to be really careful, because as a couples therapist, I see how many different variables there are. Relationships are so complicated. People's lives are so different. Just because you're able to work it out doesn't mean everyone can or should.
Yes. And I always...
I'm going to write that down.
It's true.
People
it's
need
very
to hear
insensitive to other people's situations, I think.
Now, but I tell myself this, it will be fine either way. And by that, I mean, like, if you decide to quit or not, sometimes, like, there's a overall, like, I think everybody around you or whatever, and your family and friends would be like, you should quit, or whatever. Like, you're in a bad, like, abusive relationship.
Oh,
yeah.
There's
you should
deal
never
breakers
stay.
for sure.
But I'm talking about, like, regular relationships. Like, and what I mean you'll be fine either way is, like, you don't know the future, right? And then, like, if you decide to get a divorce or if you don't, your brain will
adapt
and make it, and then maybe
you'll make it work out,
and maybe it will work out, maybe it won't, but because
I agree,
and so it's hard.
I agree, actually,
because even if, like, I've been married for almost 20 years, right? And there's been rough times, of course. You cannot be married without rough times, right?
No.
And then, so am I glad that I never quit? Yes. But if I did, and me and Crystal did get divorced 10 years ago, I'd be fine right now. And then, I would be like, okay, it wasn't worth, so that's a weird thing to say.
No, yeah. You have an inane ability.
And Crystal will be fine.
I bet it's harder for Crystal, because Crystal's like me. It is very difficult for emotional people like me and Crystal to, because what you're saying is 100% right, and I have to work really hard. I'm better at it now.
Yeah.
But I have to almost say it verbally. I almost have to say it out loud. I almost have to make it like a verbal and in like personally intent mantra that I have to speak out loud. You will be okay. I almost have to do that.
Yeah.
Like, he is able to, like, no.
Because you know what?
And that's such a superpower to have.
Because if by saying, like, okay, because I never want to make people feel bad. It's kind of a flaw that has hindered my life, because I'm always never saying anything. I hate hurting people's feelings, and I hate even saying something that I could hurt someone's feelings, right? So that's why I'm like, I can never look at me and Crystal's relationship and say, like, oh, we were meant to be together, and this is some sort of magic supernatural thing that got us together and we're a perfect fit, because that, to me, projects out to other people and if they don't have that,
right,
they thinking like, oh, well, they have the perfect magical relationship. They found their soulmates, and they found each other, and they've been married for 20 years, and they'll be married till they're dead, and I'll never get that or whatever. Like, that doesn't exist.
And you don't want to do that because you feel like,
because it's not magic. There's no magic, and there's no soulmates technically. Like, so I just and I could be saying the wrong thing, Colette, because I often do.
I pick up what you're saying.
But what I'm saying is, like, yes, this is my situation. There's so many different situations, and it's like, it's not. There's no soulmates. We weren't meant to be together. It's just
choices. Choices.
And there's these micro things that happen, millions of micro transactions that happen over our entire life. And then now we're here. And who cares about the past? Who knows about the future?
Oh my God, that's the theme song for Blossom, isn't isn't it? Who knows about the future? That's anybody's
I love
guess.
that you just pulled a Boston
Ain't no
reference.
reason to get no.
But I think the problem is that we're putting this idea on people that you're noble and you're the ideal and you're good if you make your marriage work, that those are the good people who find a way through, who don't quit. That's the part I have a problem with, because some situations there isn't compatibility anymore. And there are so many nuanced issues that are not just abuse, right? That's at the extreme. And of course, those are deal breakers. But there are so many reasons that people end up making, in some cases, a very mature and even amicable decision to part ways. I mean, to go back to the phrase conscious uncoupling that Gwyneth Paltrow made popular, that was actually the work of Catherine Woodward Thomas, a very well-known psychologist. And that Gwyneth kind of co-opted, making the choice to part ways. There are so many reasons that this happened, and we have to stop making this like it's a failure. It's not necessarily. The studies show that children do just as well when parents divorce amicably as they do when parents are married. It's negative, destructive conflict that's bad for kids. So we have these narratives that keep people stuck in miserable situations that, like, it's not, according to your religion.
It's like a level
or
of
like
guilt,
you're a bad
right?
person. Yes.
Yeah, that guilt leans on you, and it's so powerful.
Yeah, and it's not fair. Like, you don't know what somebody is enduring. And on the flip
The religion
side,
one is a whole different show we could
that's a
do,
whole
because
big
that's
thing. It's a
that can
whole big
affect
thing.
a bunch of
Right.
different
And
guilt.
I'm not saying if those are your values, then don't stay, because
No.
I'm saying everybody should. It's a cost-benefit analysis based on your own values, your own life, your own relationship variables. And I wish we could just give people more freedom and more trust that they're choosing what is on the table for them. And it may be very different. People don't understand psychologically that people are experiencing marriage very differently from one another. Just because you've worked it out and that's been like a few hard turns doesn't mean somebody else has the same kind of partner or the same issues or the same beliefs.
Yeah. And it's like social media. You never know what's going on behind the scenes.
Exactly.
Like,
and a lot of people and more people are staying unhappy than are like quitting because they don't care. People do not want to get divorced. They don't walk away easily. They go through hell trying to figure out the right thing to do. I mean, I can tell you that from therapy.
Yeah. No,
well,
100%.
chat room checking in. Jen says, my husband killed himself. Talk about untimely quitting. Or excuse me, ultimate quitting.
Oh my God!
Yeah, wow, Jen. That's,
why would you say that?
I don't
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm joking. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. I just spicing up the show. People like that stuff. They love violence. People love stuff like that.
So we got an email follow-up from an email we talked about last week.
Yes, hold on. I got to do this.
Yeah,
remember the guy that couldn't stop telling everybody about how good his wife is?
And wanted to do more of it?
And it was like, I need other people to tell him, like, calm down, buddy.
And we were like, what's up with this guy? I can't wait to
hold
hear.
on, I'll hit this real fast.
Love thy neighbor. Listener mail.
Yeah, this is the follow-up from, and again, anonymous. This is the anonymous guy who thinks that his wife is better than all of our wives. Hello, host. Thanks again for reading and responding to my email during the show. I'm honored to not only make it on the air, but also I became the very first question to officially put Tom and Dan in the genius zone. That's right. You called us geniuses. Do you still stand by that?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you. A personal milestone I will absolutely brag about. Quick update. My wife listened to the episode. I received the full, quote, Daniel response, which boiled down to, quote, so you publicly bragged about me? Nailed it. A little context on why I asked the question in the first place. People brag about cars, sports teams, and hobbies all the time, but how do you brag about your spouse in a way that feels genuine and loving and not like you're auditioning for husband of the year? Number 2, so many conversations about marriage focus on what's broken. Complaints travel fast. Appreciation rarely does. I want to put more good into the world and normalize speaking well about the person you choose. Number 3, I do plenty of private affirmations, but I was curious from a therapist and woman's perspective if there are thoughtful public ways to show your wife how important she is without feeling performative. After 25 years of marriage, the goal isn't grand gestures. It's avoiding complacency. I never want her to feel taken for granted. Your show felt like the perfect place to explore clever, meaningful ways to say, quote, you're still the perfect woman for me. Thanks again for the insight and laughs and the unexpected genius zone introduction. I love you, Laura. I guess that's her name. He said that, not me.
Oh, calm down,
I
bro.
doxed her. Thank you, Anonymous.
I I can't stand it.
Anonymous. By the way, I looked at your email just to knock you down one peg. I can tell by the use of the long dash that this was AI.
Yeah.
AI read this. Or corrected this one.
I need to meet your wife. I'll tell you if she's good or not.
Yeah. I can tell you in 1 second. I can just look at her and tell you.
Well, I'll look to her Facebook.
How much Botox has she had? Oh, look, we're attacking him now.
So
we're just attacking him because he has
How
what we want.
much Botox did she have? I'm going to regret this conversation today.
Do you see how quick it is for me to go sour? Do you see how quick it is for me to go
Me and my forehead are going to regret
this guy was emailing us and attacking our wives by saying how good his wife is. I'll get you. I'll get you.
I mean, you guys didn't waste a second. No, I think it's so interesting. It sounds like he's genuinely trying to show appreciation.
Yes.
And I think
it's real. You can
right?
tell.
Yeah. And to put positivity, my curiosity was just around what means something to his wife. And I think he's onto it already. It's got to be what is organic for him, that is not performative. And I think that's going to come in the moment. I think this guy's connected to his instincts, and it's not going to be one perfect thing. It's going to be, you're in the moment, you're in a conversation.
You do that thing at like the Grand Canyon where you like walk out and everybody's there and you go, I love my wife. So it echoes.
That was not what I had in mind, but it's
Something
interesting.
What if I told you we have an email from his wife?
Well, I would love to hear it.
Yeah, she actually, I would say that they've been getting a lot out of this because obviously this came up. They've been talking about it. I bet they've been having sex thinking about it.
And as a woman, to know that your husband cared enough about trying to compliment you or brag about you that he was willing to write in and put all this thought into it. Yeah, it's really, I would be fascinated.
I hope she's like, he's smothering me. I can't stand this
guy. He stinks.
Tom wants this to go south so
He's disgusting. Every time he lays on top of me, I'm disgusted by his body. He stinks.
I think everybody gets me. You're like, all right,
he
keep it to
embarrasses me
yourself.
with these compliments. I don't even want to be married to him. I've been talking to my therapist. She says I shouldn't be stuck in this and I should quit.
I don't want to hear about how good your life is. And,
right.
We're all struggling here.
It's Schadenfreude.
This is from her. She says, hi, Tom and Dan and Colette. You read my husband's email on episode 14. I have a lot to say. Blank, she uses his real name, is a really amazing man. He shows me love, affection, appreciation, and still dates me. He opens
like a unicorn.
Yeah, he opens every door, car door. He will not let me carry anything. He compliments me, leaves me love notes all the time, brings me flowers for no reason, and most importantly, makes me laugh constantly.
Wow.
Hold on. Can I say something? I'd have to see this guy. If he's a dork and was never going to get a girl, this is what those dorks... A dork will do this because he's like, I'll never get another girl.
I don't know.
I can get all kinds of girls, so I don't do this.
I don't know, but then we have...
If I bad, should I not?
No, you're right. That's how I feel.
No, but then we have shrekking, where women will date...
Shrekking? Oh my God, that's when a big fat green guy lays on top of his wife.
It's when women date men that they perceive as like unattractive or super dorky or beneath them in the hopes that they'll be treated well. It's a real thing. It's a phenomenon. And they still are dickheads. Am I allowed to
You can say that. Yeah, you can actually say that. That's fine.
Well, men, that's how like we revert back to our natural state, which is DN. Because once you get like you,
I don't go full Shrek. I go into more of a donkey like state.
Because let's say I'm Shrek. I'm in the swamp. I'm disgusting. The disgusting
I'm so disgusting. I want to lay on top of you. What? You're cheating on me with a donkey.
And you sound just like
yeah. Well, that's all I can do. Colette.
And then the princess comes into my swamp, and I'm like, oh my God, what the hell is this princess? And then
but then she turns into that big fat green princess, and I'm like, I don't want you. I wanted the other one.
Yeah,
I don't want Fiona. I don't want green Fiona. I want
Nobody
Barbie.
wants green
Fiona.
Barbie. But the messed up part is that women are doing this. They're trying to date down to be treated better, and then they end up finding that it doesn't work. So I doubt it's so much that the guy is like not cute or a dork or something. I had even cynical thoughts of like, for a moment, is this guy for real? Like, is
okay,
this
she
for
continues.
Real? Yeah.
I would just say that he's very genuine with his love, and he has learned to love me so completely that it just continues to strengthen our marriage. Wowie, man. After 27 years and 3 kids, that's something we didn't have. We didn't have that info.
Right.
I could not be happier. I only hope he feels as loved as I do. For reference, I am not a special woman or a wife of any particular reason. I just try to love him each day the very best that I can. My effort is 100% every day, but I would say that Blank's effort is 150% every single day. I forgot 2 important things. Listening to this episode on the way home from work, I almost certainly knew he had written this email instantly. I got home and asked, did you write an email to Tom and Dan? And then I kissed his face.
Oh, okay. What?
These people are literally they're loving, and our show is like making them wet. What is happening?
This show's not for you.
Get the hell out of here, Shrek.
Yeah, it's like we were doing a skateboard show and Tony Hawk's emails. It was like, what the hell are you listening to this for?
And then they say this. They say, we love skateboarding. It's like, I know you love skateboarding. You invented it.
You're the best at it. This show is for the people struggling with relationships.
Which is actually really pretty much everybody. So I would say this is a very rare, good for them. I don't think they have to worry about shouting it from the rooftops.
And relationships are like everything. It's on a spectrum, and there's a people that on the high end of the spectrum that have a perfect relationship. They love each other. They compliment each other. They can't stop talking how good each other. It's like that's it. That exists. And then the worst of the worst exists. We all live in the middle.
Exactly.
I would like to say congratulations on almost 30 years of marriage, and you guys have this.
You've won the lottery.
Then I do believe in soulmates. Not everybody gets it, but you guys did. I think you did. Maybe you did. Not everybody gets that, so well done.
Yeah, but I just want to put it out there for these people. What if there's someone better out there?
I like your style. What if there's someone better in this
The grass is definitely not greener than that. But, I also think it doesn't have to be grand gestures or shouting appreciation. That's like, you have the perfect life, and how do I, make my Ferrari shine just a little more? Like, you've already got it. You've already won. Be happy. Enjoy each other. Who cares? But I think this is rare, and there's probably a great dose of luck in that they're just easy, effortless, or they have philosophies that are both very invested in the relationship.
Well, it sounds like he also, too, has found a calling of something that truly
matters,
that he just enjoys, and I think with minimal effort,
and I think and I think what we can learn from these people, though, is that is applicable to all of us, is that making some effort in your relationship doesn't have to be big grand gestures, but it is a bit like, I heard this somewhere else and I can't remember where to give credit, but that your relationship is like a bicycle tire, that it is going to lose air over time just naturally, that you have to keep pumping it back up. So you have to put some energy into your relationship, and positive affirmation of some kind, whether it's your love language or not, is important.
Shrek Fiona, green Fiona, her skates went flat.
What would you even say, like, if you were just kind of like me, where you have to quantify everything, and how many hours a week should I dedicate to my relationship? I know that's impossible to actually say, but if you're just gonna throw a number out, I know it's a little micro transactions.
2 minutes a day.
Yeah, that's too little. I think.
Is 2 minutes? No, I mean 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I mean, I'm saying you're gonna do a bunch of stuff that is with your wife and with your family. But what about if it were 2 every day? So that's like what? 2 times 7 is 14. You get 15 minutes each week where it's just you and your wife.
Sure. Okay.
Talking about
let me ask you a different question.
That's too little. How much would you say?
Okay. Let me ask you this.
15, 20 minutes a day?
15, 20 minutes a day.
Is it healthy to get away from your partner every once in a while?
Yeah, of course.
Because I spend, I don't travel for work or anything. So basically, every day I'm home. Every weekend I'm home with the family, spending time, and now we're busy with the kids and the house and stuff. So we're spending quality time. And I guess that,
it's different. It is different.
And that's a thing that me and my wife often talk about, is we rarely spend a good amount of quality time. And we've been trying to and even she's like, come watch on the weekends. She wants me to sit on the couch and watch TV with her. And I'm like, I got so many things to do. I got the gutters. I got all the plants.
But do you do them?
Huh?
Is it like?
Oh yeah, I do.
Do you actually? That's a bid for connection. Do you respond to it? Do you watch some TV with her, even though you don't want to? I will
actively sit miserably on the couch.
Good. Good.
I'm glad you're being honest about it.
And I'll shake like a heroin addict because I have to
You're
go outside
itching
to work.
Get out.
Yeah. But
also, there's White Claws in the garage.
But then
But you're making an effort to do it because it matters.
And then
to
she
her.
enjoys
that
it.
Matters.
And then she's like, and then after a certain amount of time, she's like, all right, you can go now. That was good. And then I'm like, take off. But
it's like your mom making you eat your vegetables.
But it did work, and she was happier that I just, and that I spent 40 minutes watching some a horrible show with her. Some show about murder.
But you're making an effort. Yeah.
I watched
Women love that.
I watched some kids and a family be murdered.
I think that's important, man. I think you're doing it right.
I
It's probably
agree.
why you're still married, honestly.
Yes.
People give him a lot of crap, because like we share so well, me too, but we overshare so much here that we always get the emails from people like, I can't believe your wife X, like that sort of thing. It's like I think that's great that you do that, man. Like that's
I do too. And actually that is a big deal because sitting miserably doing something we don't want to do because it matters to our partner is glue.
Yeah,
kind of sexy in a weird way. And I'm not a gay guy, but like that's sexy too. It's like you're not torturing yourself, but you're like, I'm
joking around like sitting miserable. I'm
you are and you're not.
But
you are and you're not.
Something
it's truth and jest. Yeah.
You wouldn't do it on your own.
Yeah. And then it took me a while as I aged to realize like, oh, you got to do these things because younger Tom
It's like
Van,
giving your wife a back rub before you have sex. You got to do it.
Right.
Yeah, like
you got to do it.
I wouldn't understand the value of it as I get older. I started understanding like, oh yeah, it's just time spent in. Like also she knows like, hey, this is what you'd rather do this, but you're doing this.
Exactly. Because it matters to me.
That's a great gesture.
That I agree. And I think these are the kind of things that do make a difference in a relationship. Are you thinking about the things that would mean something to your partner and making an effort to do some of those, even if it's not that important to you? Those things make a difference.
Yeah.
And they don't take a ton of time. I think if you have one time a week even that you're connecting and you're really, really present, for a lot of couples, that's enough. But so much of this is individual. So really ask yourself, are you feeling connected? And if not, what would make you feel more connected, even like on a little daily dose? Start there.
So before we leave, let's talk about the book launch event happening at the Mercedes-Benz dealership in Maitland. So tell us the details. Essentially, when you purchase a ticket, it comes with a book.
Yep, the book will be sent to you.
Yeah, the book will be sent to you later. So, and then
we had a great turnout for people that wanted to come and be a part of it.
Oh yeah, we gave out the free tickets.
I mean, that was about as fast as it could happen.
Got a lot of emails,
and I apologize. We did have limited, spacing for that.
Yeah, we took the first 5.
We took the first 5 in order,
couples.
and I did it based on like the actual time that the email arrived. So
Perfect.
it was timestamped. So,
I'm so excited for those people to join us.
Yeah.
And there's still tickets, but we are getting close to getting sold out. So if you're interested in coming, it's Thursday the 29th at 5:30, from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. We're going to be at the Mercedes-Benz dealership in Maitland. We're celebrating my book launch, but really having a community event with live podcast, lots of different local guests, and a party to say, relationships are important, all kinds of relationships, and that this problem I've identified in my book, The Cost of Quiet, which is about avoiding hard conversations, that's really what ruins relationships. And so this event is about saying things out loud, getting connected, talking about what works, and celebrating the fact that we need our closest connection. So I hope people you can still get tickets. It's on Eventbrite. It's on my website.
Come hang out with us.
Fehr.
Come meet Colette if you ever wanted to meet her. And it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and you can ask questions and all that good stuff. And we're gonna have food and drinks and all of that, of course, too.
Awesome.
Great date night.
Yeah.
Man, it sucks that avoiding hard things is the best thing to do for anything.
Yeah. Have you ever tried avoiding something hard? Oh my God, it feels so good.
Oh, I know. That's the
easy road.
I had the choice this morning. I didn't want to work out. It was 5:15, and I'm looking at the gym stuff. I'm like, oh my God, this is terrible.
Sucks.
But you're so right. It is so hard. It's short-term discomfort for long-term gain doing the harder thing.
Yeah, 100%.
There you go. Well, guys, thank you for listening as always.
Yep.
And we will see you next week.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. Let's do some voicemail.
Yeah, if you want to leave us a voicemail message, it's never been easier to do so. You can use our free Mediocre app. All the shows are on there, and we're kind of adding, this year we're going to add some more features to it. But there's a little button on there you can hold down that says Mediocre Messages. When you do hold that button down and talk into your phone, you leave us a crystal clear MP3 voicemail message, or you can call us here, see, this is where I always get it wrong. You know what? I'm going to do this right. Watch this.
How is it we never memorize our phone number correctly? And I'm not.
I figured this out.
I don't know.
I figured this out. It's because we bought a vanity number.
Yeah.
Because it's 1-844-TOMNDAN. And as soon as I knew we bought that, I turned my brain off.
844-6326.
It is it's 1-844-866-6326.
Okay,
you are correct.
It's 866-6326.
Yeah, 1-844-866-6326 or 1-844-TOMNDAN, and you can leave us a voicemail message.
You could also text BDM to that number and be involved in our texting service that we send out. We will send out alerts to like events, our BDM appreciation event, the date, any new merch, any Mo events that we're going to be at, so, and then you could stop at any time, but we could text you information.
Like that's really popular right now. I remember when Gary V was telling us, you got to get a number. You get the number, you get the millions.
The texts you always see. Emails, like if I text you and that's still your number.
We talked about this a couple days ago.
Yeah. And then it goes for me too.
This is a universal law?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
You cannot claim that you missed a text. You could say that you forgot to go back and reply, but you always saw it. That's all.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like you
I've never
didn't
heard
see
you
it.
say, like, even if somebody says, like, hey, I texted you, you're never going to say, like, oh, I didn't see it. You're going to say, like, yeah, I saw it, and I went to text you back, but then something happened, right?
Yeah.
And that's reasonable.
And then it got down in the queue, and when once it gets back in the queue,
you're done.
Because I have, it's
how
a
many
mental
messages
illness.
do you think you have open right now?
Oh, message. Well, I have 1,242 unread text messages. And then I have 14,736 unread emails. And now they're not unread; they're junk. And
you're just leaving them there to.
I saw that I got an email, saw that it wasn't. There's no need to reply.
And you didn't open it.
And then I didn't know. Yeah, just keep it going.
Right.
Too much.
Right. Move on.
Yeah. I got 454 missed calls.
Well, you treat your email like someone hiking who comes across a bee's hive. And you see it, and you realize that it will do you no good to put your energy into the bee's hive. You're like, it's spam. So you gently walk backwards, and then you get back on your path, and you move forward. You don't delete it. You don't knock the bee's nest down to get rid of it.
I should do that and delete it or whatever.
I would make an argument why. I mean, like, other than keeping your inbox a little more organized, if the system works for you.
I'm on so many threads, too. And by the way, Tracy, quit putting me on threads.
What is threads?
Like email threads.
Oh, sorry. I was going to the social media
I get
outlet.
CC'd. A lot of people want to get CC'd. Like, CC me on this. I need to know what's going on.
Right.
I don't need to know what's going on.
Okay.
I have full trust. Tracy, I mean, it's in your hands.
What does it confuse
you? You can do whatever.
What's the wrong with the...
I'll follow you to hell.
What's wrong with the feed? Wait a minute. If I follow you to hell and you follow her to hell, we're all going to hell. No, what's wrong with the feed? I thought the feed was more accountability so you have more knowledge, right? So as a business owner,
yeah, but
you don't want to not know what's going on.
Yeah, but I'm in the feed. I take people out of feeds that they put me in to save the bosses. Because that's how I think.
You delete yourself from the feed.
No.
You're like I shouldn't know this. And
so okay, I'll explain.
Yeah, give me one.
So all the time, I'm in constant communication with sponsors and our accountants and stuff, and then they will email me back, but email their bosses to have accountability. So like, hey, look at I'm doing.
Digital paper trail. Yeah.
And then I'll just reply only to them and not reply all. To save the bosses, the thread nightmare that I've got myself into. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, I do.
So, and even though they don't want that,
you're taking the boss off. You're like,
because they don't need
to know. Also,
this is irrelevant information.
What I've learned is that when you take the boss off and you work with just the lower level people, that's when you can steal.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And that's why you don't include the boss. It's just an added benefit.
I never need the boss to know what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
You heard it here.
And that includes you, Tracy. Don't tell me what's going on.
She's mad at you in the chat room. She's saying that you copy her on more stuff than she copies you. You guys have to argue that later.
The copying should go down. I'm copying you because I want
a trickle-down copy effect.
I want you to take over this so I don't have to do it.
Oh, is that what it means? Oh!
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm
going to start doing that too then.
I'm pushing work away. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm going to start doing that too. No, I like this. I finally figured it out. All right, let's go with this one right here. And again, yeah, you can leave us voicemail messages. We promise we will do better in 2026 of getting to these. Here we go.
This is a comedy question for Ross. Do people still do comedy duos? There used to be a lot of them, Abbott and Costello, Cheech and Chong, even up to nowadays, Key and Peele. Just wondered, do people still do that? And what's the benefit? What's the downfall? What do you think?
I saw this the other day, and I forgot what comedian it was, or maybe it was a podcaster that also, like...
Was it the same question? Maybe this guy's on your algorithm.
And it was two guys on stage, and they weren't doing a podcast necessarily. They were doing stand-up comedy, but and maybe it was just an improv. I mean, me and you could probably get away with this. It would take some practice.
Oh, we'd have to work at anything, but yes, I think we could do it.
Like, just get on stage and do crowd interaction and do a show.
Tell stories.
And just work off each other. And then, therefore, it's an easier thing to do, especially if you're used to, conversational improv like me and Daniel are, where we could probably just get up there and improv something. It won't be as good as a refined stand-up act.
Yeah. And we could go that route if you gave us a few months. I mean, we could write.
You could do this. Yeah.
Some bits that go. We've done this before. We've written and then performed a duo. I would say that anytime we've hosted an award ceremony, namely for Orlando City, who Kay Rollins reached out to us actually yesterday. She's, I don't know if she wants her business out there, but she might be having a little party soon, and maybe we'll have her on the show sometime soon to talk about what's going on in her world in Orlando City. But yeah, we've written and practiced, and then we've written and practiced for like the live event that we did for Hard Rock Live. That was like we had beats and we knew sort of where we wanted to drive everything, right? Yeah. But traditionally what we do is namely improv. But I think with time we could do it. I don't know. Yeah. I can't guarantee that it would be amazing, but we could do it.
And to answer your question, why isn't there more of it? Because it is essentially, it offers a safety net for a performer, because you got someone else on the stage to, if you don't know where to go next, the other person picks it up, and then you can collect your thoughts and then go. You know what I'm saying? It's an easier thing to do.
I've always loved it.
Here's why they don't do it more. You have to split the paycheck. That's just as simple as that.
I'd say that's the number one drawback, right? And that's probably why most people don't want to do it. And most people can't find a partnership. Like, I would say that you and I lucked out in the idea that what we do is so, like, it's cut pretty fairly. Like, we know our specialties. And we work our specialties.
Yeah, and essentially we're doing more of a talk radio format. Is a little bit different though, but so that's, and we're not doing stand up. I don't like
talking about it. It sounds so pompous and weird.
Because what we'd be doing now is different than in front of an audience. And we talked about this a lot. It's like when that's what makes me uncomfortable about live podcasts.
You pump up the energy.
Well, when you're doing a live podcast, like I've seen it been done before, where they just essentially do exactly what they would do in their studio on stage in front of an audience, and it makes me uncomfortable because I'm like, you have to, like, the audience wants you to perform to them. That's the whole thing for the live audience.
Yeah.
But I guess.
Well, I was going to ask you, let me ask you this question. Are you framing that from the vision of an older radio man?
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm not calling you that, but I'm just saying you
it sounds like you were.
Well, let me reframe. Then allow me to reframe. If you were an older radio man, how would that make you feel?
Yeah. I would be like, perform to the audience.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. So it's something that you and I both share, is that we don't like it when we think that the person, their version of what they call a, quote, performance, is they're not being a showman when they do it. We don't like that, you and I, right? Collectively, we're showmen. We are.
And if I think about it,
that's weird to talk about.
It, like, if you just, because when we have studio audience and like some people come to watch us record a show, like we're just doing the show. I'm not performing to them, obviously, but there's just a different thing when you have a whole room full of people and you have like hundreds of people watching you. Yeah. Like, it just, you have to change what you're doing a little bit. Although, like, when they do live studio audiences, like, even like a talk show, they come do a monologue first. You're performing to the audience before you sit down in an interview, you know?
Yeah.
And then even during that interview, like, both those people, they practiced it first. You know, they practiced what they were going to talk about.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's not a true, like, you know, sit down improv conversation. They're like, hey, what stories you're going to tell? The host knows, like, where it's going, you know?
Yeah, he has a roadmap of exactly where he wants to go and everything. So it's sort of planned. Can I go off script for a second and ask your opinion of something? And this is like, you said something that kind of sparked something that has been coming up on my algorithm. For whatever reason, Eric Andre is all in my algorithm, like a lot.
Okay.
But it's not good Eric Andre. It's people that have beef with Eric Andre.
Okay.
And the thing that they have beef with is, like, short of the long, too long, didn't read, is that, and namely, it's like Chet Hanks, Johnny Knoxville. Like, I'm not talking about the greatest people of all time, but people that
Johnny Knoxville has beef with Eric Andre because he was in the last Jackass movie.
Well, Eric Andre and Johnny Knoxville actually had a show together that, and if I had my phone, well, I can try and look it up while I'm talking, but they had a prank show together, Johnny Knoxville and Eric Andre.
Okay.
But it didn't last that long. Because supposedly, word on the street is Johnny Knoxville, like, pranked Eric Andre so many times that Eric Andre is like, I hate this, I hate you, I hate this show, and I quit.
Okay, all right.
Chet Hanks had been invited to do the Eric Andre show. He went on. Short of the long in the story he tells, it's way if he was on Wild Ride with what's his name? Annoyingly sober. Steve-O.
Yeah.
And it's just such a long, terrible story, but I'll save you the having to sit through it. Chet Hanks is on the Eric Andre show. Eric Andre has this, in order to make it that crazy atmosphere that he does on his show where everything's falling apart, he has a motocross guy jump a motocross bike in front of Chet Hanks, like right in front of him.
Okay.
Well, everything's going to hell. The whole set's like on fire. People are screaming. They're using a fire extinguisher. You know, like how you've seen Eric Andre. It makes us laugh. We love chaos. Chet Hanks, because he's Chet Hanks, grabs the motorcycle, gets on the dirt bike, and starts riding it around the set.
Okay, all right.
Well, Eric Andre's team is like, no, stop. What are you doing? You can't do it. And they're yelling at him like, get off. This is a liability. You're a psycho. You're a bad person. And then apparently they sold him out in the media. They got really mad at him and everything. And he's like, well, wait a minute. His beef is, well, wait a minute. It was cool. And you didn't worry about my safety when you jumped it right in front of my face. And then when I get on it and I know how to ride dirt bikes and I'm riding it around, adding to the spectacle, and you're mad at me now. He's like, so it's which is it? Is it either a spectacle or is it just a manufactured fake spectacle?
Yes,
And so
well, that's what it is.
And you're right. And people are kind of claiming that Eric Andre wants to sort of show this, like, he wants
chaos,
to appear to be a chaotic, crazy comedian when really he is a poor sport and no different than anyone else. So does that make sense? I think I told that kind of.
Well, I guess. Okay, I can see.
Also, I love his show when it goes crazy. I love it.
Both sides are right in the fact that Eric Andre his art could be manufactured chaos and controlled chaos.
Right.
Where it looks like everything's going off the rails and I'm crazy and what's happening is insane and improv and all this is not supposed to be happening, but it's all planned.
Yeah.
Completely planned by the him, the showrunners,
the producers,
everything
they got it all ready to go.
And then it just is made to go off like that. So then it's like when Chet Hanks does that, it's almost like taking the power away from the art or the way it's supposed to be portrayed. Like, hey, you're supposed to be shocked by this.
Also, Chet goes on a whole like tirade of showing off like how he knows chaos because. And then he slides his arm back because he has it tattooed on his forearm, which is awesome. Did you know Chet Hanks has chaos written on his forearm? And he claims on Steve-O's Wild Ride that no one knows chaos like him because he has it written on him.
Listen,
awesome.
Chet.
It's awesome.
Yeah, you grew up fine.
Why?
You grew up fine, and you grew up pretty secure. So I don't know how chaotic.
You got that buzz money, dog. You got that buzz money.
You had plenty of nannies taking care of you, and you put plenty of mansions to keep you warm at night. All right,
but it is in a time when there are so many different people you could be mad at in the world. I love the Eric Andre Chet Hanks feud. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
So, and then I have heard that about Johnny Knoxville, where even the other cast members of Jackass have always said Johnny Knoxville was willing to
Too
go
far.
Willing not only go too far, but willing to risk
Never
more
give
than
in.
more than the other members. And it's weird because Johnny Knoxville kind of seems like the most
one of the smartest, I think.
Like the not only smartest, but like a guy that's maybe a little more subdued than the rest of the crazy cast. But everybody else was like, even Bam Margera, Steve-O, like they were all like, he's the craziest.
I think
one.
He's the realest of the real. And I think
he's willing to literally put his life on the line for any of these stunts.
And
then
can he not have babies? I don't think he can have babies. I think he's done some stuff to himself. Like I think he injured his anus. I think he's done some stuff to himself.
Well, he hurt his groin. Like he had what Whopper Jr. got which is like essentially an injury vasectomy, where your tubes got ripped because of injury. And then other than my God, the countless concussions this dude's had and all this stuff. And so he's on now the new host of Fear Factor.
Yeah.
And
we'll tie one extra thing in there in case you're not following along with what these guys are doing. Yeah, you can watch Fear Factor again. It's back. Johnny Knoxville is the new host. They're rolling out a lot of PR for it right now. And also Bam Margera confirmed to be in the latest Jackass 7, Jackass 6?
They got him
old footage.
They got consent to use old footage.
I read the article. Did you hear what he said? They asked him if they could use it. He's past the anger side of things, and now he's in the disappointment side of things. He's very sad. He says that Jeff Tremaine, Johnny Knoxville, he still hates them, but he's sad.
And he wants to box them or whatever.
No, he's not angry anymore. He's just sad. No, he's sad, man. Also, he is skating really well. If you watch him skate, he's killing it. He looks great.
Really well is a stretch.
No, he is. He's doing some stuff. He's doing great. Even other skaters are like, yo, he's doing it.
He's doing old man, fat.
He's not.
I watch his videos.
And you watch the other skaters commenting on the tricks he's doing and how they're great tricks.
For an old middle-aged fat man,
that's not what they said. That's not what they said.
I know that.
I would believe the skater's not the guy that doesn't skate.
Yeah, but I'm seeing it with my own eyes. I watch skating. I mean, we'll talk to Tony. He's doing old fat man mini ramp stuff. Nothing. I mean,
he's our age.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. For his age, doing pretty good, but he's not like, whoa, you were, back to the old Bam.
Do you want to do, let's see here. Let's go. We're on entertainment, right? Or do you want to take a break?
No. What I was going to say about the Johnny Knoxville Fear Factor thing is that when I saw that, first I laughed at the bringing back Fear Factor because I'm like,
out of ideas.
What's this like? I'm sure they're going to go
different. I saw I came up on my Instagram. Some small town reporter from the Atlanta Gazette got invited to the press. The presser of Fear Factor, and they put the Lexan box on him, and they dropped the roaches on his head. And I'm like, oh, that's it. That's what they did. The same thing. Same thing.
I did, although I think we all agree no one cared or was demanding Fear Factor's return or who wanted this, the type of thing.
I mean, if they made it super crazy, right?
I think
if they made
trying.
No, but I mean, you'd have to do some stuff that maybe morally people would be like, yo, what do you do? Like body modification or, cut your ear off or something. I don't know.
Johnny Knoxville I was like, okay, that's a pretty good choice of host. If you are going to attempt to bring it back, because out of anybody else I could think of, I was like, he's probably the best one. Because if he gets in on doing the stunts too, or
he'll never check it out.
Yeah, no, I know.
There's nothing they can throw at him that he won't do, because there's nothing they'll let those normal people do that he couldn't handle.
Because back in the 90s, Rogan didn't want any part of any of, you know what I'm saying?
No, he was more of an actor, though, right? He was kind of coming from,
MMA guy, but he's not doing any ridiculous, dangerous stunts, he
was like, we know he does MMA. MMA is not as popular. He's coming off of news radio. We know him as an actor, good-looking guy.
But it's not like I'm going to, it was the network TV. It's like I'm gonna go watch Fear Factor. You'll watch clips. You'll see clips of it on your Reels or TikTok. That's it.
It's part of the reason why these shows don't feed us, right? Let's say entertainmentally, if that is for lack of a different way of saying the adjective. Is there a reason? Is it because we know, because these have been around so long, that they're not casting the people that could be the best at this? They're casting, or they're going to cast rather, the fish out of water, like for reaction. So the whole thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, because it's always been framed as like a competition. Before it was like supposed to be framed as like the toughest of the tough, or kind of a thing, right? Or no?
Normal people put into crazy situations and watching their reaction or whatever. We've all seen everything. It's like we're inundated with endless scrolls of all this stuff. We see. There's nothing that we crave to see.
The one that I saw that got me, but it was
as soon as Fear Factor goes on and I start watching it, I want to scroll.
Right.
Because my brain is messed up.
Right.
Society messed my brain up, just like everybody. And so I can't sit down and watch half an hour. Like, I'll see some clips, like, in 15 seconds on my scroll, and then I'll get enough of it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need 1/2 hour with commercial breaks watching this. I don't care who wins. I don't care. Like, I'll see it in the scroll later.
Gotcha.
Just like, I think that's how everybody, except for old people that may sit down and watch because their brains aren't screwed up.
If you like the show or something, like, I'm not into the scroll. I don't do the scroll really. I'll check Facebook. I'll check Instagram for pictures a little bit. But I don't get into I don't go reel after reel after reel. Like, so I don't think I'm effectively checking my algorithm really.
Okay, yeah. You're saving your brain. My brain is ruined.
I don't think I'm saving. I'm just too dumb to know how to go and get the good stuff that you guys love.
Well, no, it'll get
I'm too stupid even.
The scroll finds it for you. You see, that's how it works. It knows every millisecond you spend on something and you like it.
Let's try this. I thought this was an interesting one. Our good friend Dom from the West End Trading Company, also drummer and singer from the Supervillains. He also is just like all of our other friends, is addicted to gambling, except he's addicted to scratch-off tickets, and we've made jokes about it before.
Yeah, that's old Florida.
Yeah, that is authentically,
addiction.
yeah. I mean, here we go.
Hey, Tom and Dan, this is a message more directed for Dom, the scratch-off man. Hey, Dom, what's your take on the crossword scratch-off? Because I like to play that one because it takes my time up and it makes me at least feel like I've earned losing that $5 rather than just like scratch. Oh, I lost. So thank you.
What's the crossword scratch off? Are you familiar with that?
Oh yeah.
Explain it to me.
Essentially, it's the same. Like, you could just not play the crossword, I think.
Oh, so it's a formality. If you scratch them in line of like searching for words or doing the crossword puzzle,
it's just a longer form. It takes longer. It's like, gambling on the whole result of a game.
Yeah.
As opposed to the first quarter. You're just getting a lot. The payoff is longer, but essentially the odds are the same. It's just like, hey, might as well make it last longer. But when I hear Dom or even Ross talk about like going to casinos and playing craps or whatever the hell the game is, it makes me sad because I'm like, this is a addiction. And like people that go to slot machines and stuff, like, and then I think they realize it to a certain extent. Like, I enjoy myself, and this is the cost.
That's
of
why they
budget
it. Yeah,
yeah. But I think that's a lie. I think that's the alcoholic telling you I'm no problem. It doesn't affect my life.
Well, what if they never break their budget? What if they stay true to their budget? Yeah, which I know Ross is not, but let's say he was.
Yeah, and then you budget and you only
and you just because you claim, and I'm not saying you don't, but you claim that you gamble within your barriers, your boundaries. You do your 1% of your whatever. You have these equations that you do, you never go above it. So that's you're saying Dr. Dre, Eminem. That's the difference between me and you, right?
Yeah. What I'm doing is I'm trying to play the sports stocks,
okay,
and then trying to get a 53% edge over the book, which is extremely hard to do. And
what are they doing?
They're just throwing their money away.
Okay, all right.
Because you cannot get an edge in any of the games they're playing.
Right.
Including the scratch-offs. Like, no matter how much Dom tells me, like, I think I'm winning, I'm like more up than I am down. It's impossible.
You say this once a show as if you're trying to distance yourself from them. Is that correct? What would you say to that?
No, it's mathematically correct. I'm just telling you the truth behind the math.
Tell them. They
don't care.
Yeah. Neither do I.
No one cares. No one cares. They just hear gambling and they think it's all the same.
Yeah, they do.
I probably am losing more than I am winning, but at least I have a chance. They have no chance unless you start counting cards or cheating the system. I do have a chance mathematically.
Right.
It's proven.
How much of a chance do you have?
I could have a 53% chance.
That's pretty high. Higher than a 0, right?
Yeah, or above, it's above.
Comparatively.
Yeah, and they always have a 49% chance.
Do you get tired of explaining this to, like you were saying, let's go back to that. You've seemed to explain this a lot. It's like it's important to you, but everyone around you, it's almost like it's so confusing. They're just like, yeah, whatever. You guys are the same.
That's
right.
Fine.
I think that's what most people do.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I just, mathematically.
As long as you know. As long as you know.
Well, as long as the math knows, then it has to be reality.
When was the best year? Have you kept track of your years in gambling to see which year maybe you had in 2018 I did the best? Or...
No, it takes too much work. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to get spreadsheets and stuff, but I don't do any of that.
Well, if you're doing it for a hobby, why would you? I think that's when it takes
way
the
more
turn,
time,
right?
Yeah.
If you're throwing spreadsheets into any hobby, then it's a little more serious than most hobbies. Yes, sir.
I will do it when I retire. I thought about
you like
this.
it.
Yeah. I will. I'll get spreadsheets and then do this little hobby when I retire and gamble on sports and see if I can. I'll probably get into stock market and stuff just to dabble with it.
You should talk to Andrea. She's talking about she's a spreadsheet person, and I think she feels like you would very much enjoy spreadsheets, like looking over your, what you did. Like you would enjoy that. Like looking over, look at how I've, and this, maybe you try a different theory.
The data, yeah. No, that's all, everything, if you record your data, then you'll know the exact, you won't have to, because emotions get into it, and you're like, I think that's why the scratch-off people and the slots people, whatever gambling people, that's why they're clouded, their reality is clouded, because the emotion of memory, they remember more than they won than they lost. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the winning
Which is odd, because normally negativity sticks around more than anything positive.
Yeah, but
up to 70% more. In a book I'm reading, that's what they quote.
Not for addiction.
Right. Well, I'm sure it's just different.
Yeah, the endorphins that your brain releases when you win, the loss isn't as hard as the win. So your memory is skewed, and you're like, I think I remember those wins. Like I remember that $500 I won. Yeah. But what about all those little losses?
Thousands of dollars.
It has to be anyway.
All right. Kupo in our chat room says this is actually making me upset. See, that's what we do here. That's what we're trying to do.
Why is it making him upset?
I don't know.
Kupo?
Maybe he'll say. Or you can call in, Kupo. We love you. In the meantime, let's do this one right here.
Yo, the cool thing about Brightburn was that apparently they were going to continue it.
I was talking about the movie Brightburn, which is Little Boy Bad Superman. Just think of it like that.
All right.
And it was just going to be like the evil Justice League, because at the end of the Brightburn thing, he's basically evil Superman. He kills his mother, drops her. He's like, I don't give a fuck. Kills the whole plane, lands, acts like it's he's all innocent, whatever. And then it cuts to cutscenes, and it's basically from Spider-Man to Joe Jamin, whatever the fuck.
Okay, hold on. You're going to curse too much. I'm going to stop you right there. He goes on to sort of explain how at the ending of Brightburn, they allude to there being more crazy super kids across the world.
Okay.
That are wreaking havoc.
Okay.
I think it's been long enough where you can say that. And I had also heard that they were going to do a Brightburn 2. To kind of expand the universe, but they have yet to really. I don't think they've done that yet.
Okay, all right.
But it was sort of left like that. It was left as if, in a way, like you saw it unfolding, like, oh, are they going to fight these evil, powerful kids that have landed and now grown up and decided they want to be evil, or were they evil the whole time? Or you know, it's kind of one of those things that, like, we talked about it a couple days ago about things, quote, left up for interpretation. You know, would it have ruined it if they did a movie where we started to see that unfold? Probably, I think. I don't think it would have been as good. It's better, I think, to leave it as if, to leave it like you see him kind of hovering and you're like, oh man, this is really dire. I've always enjoyed movies where they give that to you, where they give you something and you're like, wow, that was a choice. They left you hanging, man, or they got you good. Like the Red Wedding in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
You're making decisions there, right? You're making decisions to affect people. You're going to get them, and you know you're going to get them.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool.
Take the chance. Don't leave it open-ended to please the majority of people.
Correct.
Although the person that is doing that will yell at you and say, well, the last time I did it, I took too much flack and everybody was mad and everybody said, why'd you do it? You know, it's like, so if you make a choice and stick with it, you just have to be prepared for the backlash and the negativity from lots of people, you know. And then if you make an open-ended, like, it's up to your own interpretation, it could be, I mean, there's certain series that just ended like this. It's up to your own interpretation to what you want to believe. It is the P word way out of it. Because you're like, I'm trying to please like both sides. You know, I'm not taking a stance one side or the other.
No, has there been one where that you can think of? Maybe this would be a better question when we have Crespo in, you know, in a couple days. Can you remember a movie show or whatever where the ending was going to be like not necessarily good, and they stuck the landing? Where you're like, oh man, nice job, good job. See, Game of Thrones,
subjective.
It is. But, like, I mean, like, let's say overall. Because most of the time you can get, like, even if the ending is sad.
Breaking Bad was good.
I think that one was, like, that's the only one I can think of where I think everybody sort of agreed that they loved the ending. But is that because it was pseudo-happy?
It's not really, though.
Pseudo?
But yeah. I mean,
it's like hard to say.
I mean, we can talk about it. Besides from, like, Jesse escaped, and then, like, he, you know.
That's good.
And, you know, so.
We already knew Walter's fate.
Yeah, because, of course, his illness, and then
his character got harder to take.
And he turned into a villain. So almost like the
did.
villain died at the end. So then it's like it was the perfect ending. Although everybody said the reason they pulled it off is because they had already written it before it got popular.
They knew, yeah.
So the death of any ending of a show is when the show gets popular at the beginning. Because what happens then, just like Walking Dead, just like Stranger Things, just like so many other series, is that once it gets super popular after the first season, then the money rolls in, and then they're incentivized by dragging it on. And then so when you're incentivized by dragging it on,
it changes it.
Then you can't end with tie a bow on it because you're like, well, now the writing has gotten so convoluted over the last 4 seasons or wherever the hell they drug it through, that now no matter which way we end it, it's not going to be that good,
right? Because
that's the result of dragging it on, before the money.
Yeah,
and that's it. And then like Breaking Bad was an anomaly because it was like at the beginning of the popularity of like everybody having social media and stuff. So like the damn thing was almost done and it already written.
Yeah.
And then it got super popular. And then it was like, hey, we're just going to roll. And then by the time they finished, it was insanely popular and it was already a masterpiece.
I know where I was at when somebody was talking about Breaking Bad. I was walking around the lake here.
Yeah.
And somebody was talking about Breaking Bad and how popular it was. And they were already starting season 3. Like, and it was like, it was like they were 2 seasons in before it got, going.
I remember watching it with Crystal on the couch in our bedroom area when I had shoulder surgery. And I remember we binge watched it because I was like days off work and also recovering with my shoulder. And I remember that time like watching it with the sling on. And so like that's a marker. And then I'm like, man, this show's good as hell.
Yeah.
And then like a lot of other people, we watched it all the way up until the final season which, like just
and
time-wise.
They stuck the landing.
Yeah.
Pluribus? You on that Pluribus?
No. What is that?
I'm not on it. I don't know anything about it. All I know is the chat room, anybody I know, all of my friends that watch TV and movies, Chris Crespo, everybody included. Says
is that Apple Plus?
Pluribus is it. Yeah, Apple.
Okay.
But they're saying that's the show. Get on that show.
Okay. Not a lot of people have Apple Plus.
I do, but only because like
I got it.
I had it because I was it was back when you had to subscribe for MLS games. Now you don't. They include it now like for free. So it's like, well, I guess,
Apple Plus has some decent shows like that
For All Mankind.
For All Mankind was good. Although another I feel like a victim of dragging it on because the first season was great. Subsequent seasons, I'm like, okay. Because you start having just like all the new social media influencers are doing the same thing that old 90s radio used to do.
Yeah.
Boxing each other, all the just everything.
Giveaways.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the radio playbook.
Yeah, holding your hand.
Give a kid with cancer a monster truck. Radio's been doing it for 30 years.
Yeah. Like who can stay in this dealership the longest? You win a car. Like it's all. But there's only so much to do. So there's only so much entertainment. So of course it's being recycled. You know what I'm saying? So when a show goes on long enough, you're like you start just recycling. Now we're on a new base doing the same thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're
like
talking about Walking Dead.
Walking Dead or For All Mankind. It's like, okay, now we're on Mars, and then now we're at the.
Yeah. Where are we now? We're Venus now. Uranus.
We got the same problems. We do. It says, okay,
but different casts.
What other problems are you gonna have? Anyway.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's probably one of the reasons why I don't watch a lot of TV.
It's all fine though, and in the beginning is always good. You just have to suffer through the middle and with a mediocre ending.
I don't watch a lot of it, but I will say that it's never been a better time to find amazing things to watch. It's just I don't think that for me, it's so much that I get lost in it, but that doesn't mean everybody else does. Like I think for somebody like Chris Crespo, that is a movie TV guy.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's living his best life. You know what I mean? Like, it's just too much for me.
You know what? You and Andrea go to bed at different times, right?
No, she stays up and reads. So, I'm maybe 30 minutes before her, 30 minutes to an hour before. Yeah. So, yes.
Because
slightly different.
Me and Crystal, every time we get a show and we start watching it episodically, we get excited. We're like, okay, now we have a new show, and then we'll watch an hour of it before we go to sleep now. And then it becomes a routine. And then I feel like a lot of couples do that. They find a new show, and they're like, oh, yeah.
I ruin that.
You're watching an hour of it.
I'm the worst person to watch a new show with because I find no need to finish it. Like if I get into and I watch the first episode and I like it, I'll watch the second episode. If I watch the second episode and I don't like it, I'm completely okay with being like, well, I'm okay just ending it here. I know I got the gist. I didn't like it. They turned me off. I'm out.
Yeah. You go and look up the ending because
only not before I've decided to exit.
Okay, all right.
I won't ruin it for myself because there's a possibility it could be good.
So why not give it another chance? Episode 3.
Mentally unstable crazy. What are you, a low IQ, mentally unstable crazy person? I don't know. It is. Andrea gets mad at me. There's a lot of shows. I wish she were in the chat room. She could probably give you. If I email my wife right now, and I say, hey, give me a list of shows we've started and I've ruined because I've said that. Oh, she's there. Okay, great. Give me a list if you don't mind, because I know you're busy. Just off the top of your head, there's probably 100 shows. We've been together 20 years.
Now, you don't just sit through it just to appease her? Because that's what I'll do with Crystal. She started watching the Dune series.
I'm not going to ruin it for her if she wants to finish it. I just will. I'll go away. I'm out.
Yeah. No. Well, I'll watch it and then I'll slowly bring up. I usually, if the Dune series, I did this, which is real slow. and then she'll sit in front of me on the couch. I'll sit behind her so that.
Ted Lasso, Marvelous Maisel. I mean, that's just 2 big ones off the top of her list of things that I'm.
I thought you liked Ted Lasso.
After that Christmas singing one, I was like, this stinks.
Yeah. I don't like the positivity. All right, Ted, we get it.
Yeah, you know what? When I realized after watching it, halfway through that, I was like, I would have ripped the sign up too. F that sign. Stupid sign. I'd wipe my butt with it.
And they're like, no way a football coach could coach the soccer team. That's stupid. That's an insult.
No, I did
it's also an insult to all soccer coaches around the world.
I did enjoy it a lot, but no, I don't have. There's zero loyalty. Once I've started it, I mean, this is what makes me the worst one of the show. Like I can get to show, like I can watch shows and I can go like if it's a 9-episode show, I can watch 8 episodes and get to the finale, and the 8th episode was bad, and I'll be like, I'm out.
No,
I don't need to see the end.
We've
and that
talked
makes
about
me
this
a
before.
psycho, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
that makes me a bad person, a psycho, low IQ, just a bad person?
No,
but I'm okay.
We've went through this. I think it's your anxiety. You don't want to watch the last one because you're afraid it's going to disappoint you or whatever. Like, so you just ignore it.
Oh, she gave me a great example. So we watched that show. It's a Tina Fey show called 4 Seasons. It's a remake. And it's got old Hair Plugs The Office in it.
Yeah, Steve Carell.
Steve Carell. Tina Fey is in it. The funny gentleman that was Will Forte.
Yeah.
Is in
They're
it.
superstars, comedians.
Stacked.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I tried to watch it, and that fact that it was too many superstars distracted me.
Okay. So,
and then I was just like, I'm like, these people are too famous. I can't get into their characters.
Yeah.
If I gave it more of a chance, me and Crystal were like, there's so much other stuff.
Yeah, I watched it, and we got through the first season, and something happens in the final episode, or no, before the final episode of the first season, and they're going to do a season 2.
Yeah.
I'm out. I didn't like what happened. I didn't like where the story's going, and I don't want to continue with the story. And Andrea's like, man, you treat this like a book. I do. She treats books like that. If she's reading a book and it's like really slow, sometimes she won't force herself to finish the book. She'll just be like, this book isn't for me, and I'm moving on. And that's what I do with shows. I was just like, I finished the show. That one I did. I got to the end of it, but I was like, you know what? I'm not doing season 2 because I don't like where this is going.
Sometimes you got to cut bait. I love cutting bait. It saves for reeling. There's a lot of you just cut bait and get the hell out of here. All right. We will see you tomorrow.